I'm Kristie Hauer, and in today's Digital Byte, we'll be talking about Reader's Advisory. Reader's Advisory is a core library service that recommends both fiction and nonfiction titles to readers. It involves understanding a reader's preferences, mood, and past reading experiences. This service is provided through direct or passive means. Reader's Advisory encourages readers to explore new genres, step out of their comfort zones, and cultivate a lifelong love for reading. By providing personalized attention, patrons feel acknowledged and understood, fostering a sense of community and trust. It promotes literacy by encouraging reading for pleasure and developing lifelong reading habits, while also enhancing library services by creating meaningful and customized connections between readers and literature. Reader's Advisory is handled through both direct and passive methods. Direct methods are exactly that, the librarian and patron working directly together. This involves conversation, dialogue, and listening. Direct methods can occur through a variety of formats, such as in person, on the telephone, through chat or email. Passive methods occur throughout the library. This could include displays or book lists in either hard copy or digital format. Reader's Advisory is essentially a conversation about reading and genres. Engage with the reader by actively listening and asking questions to understand their reading preferences, such as preferred genres, book length, and interests. Active listening is essential for understanding the patron's responses and comments. Discuss the format of the item. Find out if the patron prefers ebooks over print. Determine if they want mass market paperbacks or only large print items. Check if they are open to both print books and audiobooks. This is also a time to inform the patron about other formats they may not be aware of, like digital books, if they are only familiar with audiobooks on CD. Take time to explore genres and discuss which ones the patron likes, dislikes, and hasn't explored yet. Aim to understand what appeals to the reader. Do they like quick reads or books with well-developed characters and plots? Do they prefer slow-paced books over fast-paced ones? What kind of mood are they looking for? Dark and tense, or lighthearted and feel-good? Never assume you know everything about the reader. Reader interests are varied, and there is no one-size-fits-all. Do not judge when handling Reader's Advisory interactions. You will encounter patrons looking for materials and topics that you might not read or agree with, and that's okay. The librarian's role is to facilitate a match for each patron. Make your discussions easier for the patron by avoiding jargon. If you refer to a format, such as large print or mass market paperback, show an example while listing its characteristics. Patrons may not be familiar with terms like overdrive or Libby, but will likely understand digital books and audiobooks. Librarians face challenges with Reader's Advisory for a few reasons. Firstly, many library staff members have not received formal training in Reader's Advisory, as they may not have completed a master's library program where this topic is currently taught. Instead, they are often self-taught. WebJunction offers some Reader's Advisory webinars, and Booklist Online provides a couple of webinars each month highlighting new releases in specific genres. Time is another barrier, as staying updated on genres, researching new releases, and gathering staff and patron recommendations can be time-consuming. There are several tools that can help us with Reader's Advisory. Book recommendation databases are phenomenal. An example is Novelist. You can enter a genre, author, or title that a patron has liked in the past to find recommendations. Novelist is provided by WVLS to member libraries. Teaching Books, which is available through BadgerLink, does the same, although focuses on youth books. Literature Map is an interesting tool where you enter the author's name and other similar authors are found. Authors in closest proximity to each other tend to write more similarly. Professional journals are super helpful, such as Library Journal and Publishers Weekly. I know they can be expensive subscriptions, however, all Wisconsin library staff have access to these for free through BadgerLink, as well as can be routed a copy through Wisconsin Valley Library Service. Social media sites such as Goodreads or BookTok can also be helpful. Word of mouth is a great way to gain more insight. Talk to patrons, coworkers, family members, and friends about what they are reading. Your library online catalog can help you find more titles on a topic or by a specific author. Many of the patron interfaces now also include recommendations. Artificial intelligence, or AI, can be helpful in Reader's Advisory too. I like to use Microsoft Copilot and ask it for recommendations based on characteristics that I'm looking for in a book. Finally, browse the items that are being returned to your library. What are your patrons currently reading? Likewise, take a look in those courier bins. What have your patrons been asking for? So obviously it would be great to be able to read each new book that we see, but it isn't realistic. We can, however, look at books more closely without reading the entire book. Take a look at the cover to help determine what the book might be about or what kind of reader might be attracted to this book. Read the jacket blurb for a quick synopsis. Read the author's information on the jacket or at the back of the book, especially if it's an author that you are not familiar with. Examine the fonts used in the book. Is the book easy to read or difficult to read? I know I have difficulty reading smaller print that is italicized. Your patron also might have some specifics too. Explore any illustrations or pictures. Are they interesting? Are they helpful to the story? Read a sample of the book. Does it capture your interest right away? What stands out in the story, such as characters, pace, or storyline? What is the genre of the book? More commonly, we are seeing authors writing materials outside of the genre they are best known for. Don't fall into that trap assuming they only write in one genre. While most Reader's Advisory takes place while interacting with a patron, there are some ways for passive Reader's Advisory. Book displays can function as Reader's Advisory. Displays are usually thematic, although librarians have gotten very creative in making displays in recent years. Book bingo or independent reading type programs can serve as Reader's Advisory. For example, in Book Bingo, patrons try to complete 5 reads in a bingo fashion. Each square has details about a specific type of book for the patron to self-select to complete that square. Examples are reading a book that begins with the letter B, reading a suspense book, or reading a book with a green cover. These loose descriptions can help patrons explore new materials. A staff picks area is also a display where each staff member informally recommends a book. Book lists or bookmarks can also serve as Reader's Advisory. Librarians can include Reader's Advisory in programming. Literacy in books can be incorporated and promoted through book clubs, story times, community read programs, or author events. There are so many great online tools available for Reader's Advisory assistance. Work to explore many until you find the ones that tend to work best for your searches. I hope you have enjoyed this information on Reader's Advisory and have taken away some new information that you weren't familiar with. Thank you.